So you want to know when Rey Mysterio plans to retire from the wrestling business? Well, I can tell you because he spoke about it in a recent interview. Rey Mysterio, obviously one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. He's a former world champion. He's a former WWE champion. He's a Hall of Famer. And he's a current U.S. champion. But a lot of people thought he was going to retire in 2022. And then a lot of people thought he was going to retire in 2023 when he was doing his whole feud with Dominic Mysterio. One of the best feuds in recent memory, one of the best feuds of Rey's legendary career. And so when we're talking about retirement, well, people's thought about it for a while now when it comes to Rey Mysterio because he's had a lot of injuries. He's been around the game for so long, but when is he going to actually retire it? And ironically, he has a big-time feud coming up. As of late, he's been aligned with the LWO, Santos Escobar, Zelina Vega, and the rest. Heck, Carlito came back, and he got paired with Rey Mysterio. So when it comes to his in-ring future, well, on the MMA Hour, Rey Mysterio had this to say about it. Because I find it telling. And it's something that a lot of people, they wrestle with, right? And this is what he had to say. I'm hoping that it can be within the next year and a half or two, maybe, in regards to when he'll retire. And I think that's perfect because you don't want to stick around too long where, and The Undertaker really went through this when he was dealing with his own retirement issues and trying to make a decision when is the time. Because you can go out there and you can have a heck of a performance, but then you're like, you know what? I can still do this. I'm going to do another one. And then that another one comes around, and maybe you do the same thing. And so you do another match. Or that next match, you have a bad performance. And then you're like, I can't go out like that. I got to do another one. And it's a revolving door of just continuously coming back. And eventually, and this is something The Undertaker feared, and in my opinion, it actually happened, he didn't want people to think he was a shell of his former self. I think he was towards the end. And so that's why I was so glad to see him retire after WrestleMania 36 when he had the Boneyard match with AJ Styles.